Hello everyone. Well, today I've been doing some cooking and I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things that fall under the category of the psychological part of this journey. So the psychological part, number one, I've been dealing with a lot of stress. Outside from my home, there are factors that are making me very stressed out. Well, I'm finding that when I'm internalizing all of this stress, my blood sugars seem to go higher for no reason whatsoever. Several times over the last week, almost every single day, I will go 14 hours between dinner and breakfast, and my sugar at breakfast is like 260, 270, 310. There's no reason for that, except what I think is caused by a hormone called cortisol. When we're stressed, it's cortisol is the fight or flight hormone, as I understand it. And so when we're stressed, our body releases cortisol, and cortisol says, oh my gosh, I need energy to get out of here. So it quickly converts whatever it can grab, muscle, hopefully fat, but very rarely, and converts it into sugar and gives you a bunch of sugar so that you've got a bunch of energy to utilize to run away from whatever frightening or stressful thing it is you're dealing with. Well, so my doctor ordered a test, a cortisol test, and I took it this morning, and we'll find out in a few days if my cortisol levels are very high. Aside from that, I've been great on my keto program. I haven't cheated. Once I cheated. And this is the other psychological part I wanted to talk to you about today. I felt really guilty. We went out to some friends and had a potluck dinner with a group of friends. And one of the dishes that was there at the potluck was apple slices with blue cheese and pomegranate seeds on it. I took one thinking, oh, well, this is very low carb, I'm good. And then I thought, oh no, I ate apple slice. Well, for 3 days I've been perseverating on one apple slice, thinking I had so much carbohydrate. That's more carbohydrate than I've had in 3 months. And that's pretty ridiculous as I look at it. So for me in this journey, I'm gonna have to remind myself that I need to let the little stuff go, and I just need to relax about it. One apple slice, okay, so it's an apple slice, for crying out loud. I don't need to perseverate on it, certainly not for 3 days, and I don't need to freak out about blowing my entire carb count for the rest of my life because I had one stinking apple slice or a shred of carrot in a salad when we go out to have salad at a restaurant. Little things like this are so insignificant that I need to give myself permission to eat them without guilt, because guilt gives me stress, stress releases cortisol, cortisol raises my sugar, and it's a vicious cycle that's going around and around. So today I'm going to show you a few things that I do with my obesity and the inability to stand for long and walk for a long time. I've had to make certain adjustments and techniques to be able to still do the things I like. For instance, this week I'm showing you what I do to be able to cook. I love cooking. My father was a master chef. I grew up cooking. I've been around cooking and practically raised in a restaurant my entire life. So cooking is just a part of who I am. I'm pretty darn good at it. Obviously, I love eating my own food, and I do a lot of it. So anyways, I have a clip right now that I'm going to show you on what I do to make alterations so I can continue to cook. If I want to cook something, what I have to do is I open my drawer and then I put a wooden cutting board on top of the drawer. I have to make sure it's secure, straight, and level because it'll make it stable. Then I take my silicone chopping board and put it on top of that, and I take my knife and I put that on top of that. Then I come over and I grab my chair from my little secretary and I have a seat and I'm all ready for chopping. Here I am chopping some vegetables for a vegetable tuna casserole that I made. Here's a toasted pecan zucchini spice cake. Next we have homemade almond crackers with smoked salmon mousse and red caviar. Here we have keto sandwich buns made from a keto bread recipe. Here are 3-ingredient peanut butter cookies. And finally, oven fried chicken schnitzel. Hello again. So another one of the things that I do is every evening, upon Dr. Eric Berg's recommendation of consuming apple cider vinegar, I make myself a cocktail, so to speak, every evening before dinner, and I drink it. I've gotten really used to it. I actually quite like it. It's not overpowering because apple cider vinegar can be very overpowering, but in this very small quantity, it's not terrible. It's almost like a lemonade, but it's not sweet. Anyways, this is how I make my evening cocktail. Start with water. About half full of that cup. Pretty tall cup. Then I use 1 capful of apple cider vinegar. Then I use 1 capful of Langer's cranberry cranberry juice. And finally, 1 squirt of lemon juice. And that's it. That makes my evening cocktail. Oh, I kind of give it a swirl. And there you have it. Okay, so it's a short video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I'm brand new at this, so comments would be great. I'm gonna try and put some links down below in the section where it talks about, you know, what this blog is all about. And so I'm gonna try to put a couple of links in there for a couple of my key sites that I go to, my YouTube sites. There's about half a dozen YouTube sites that I watch a lot that help me with the keto program, help me with different recipes. Of course, I take a lot of recipes and they go on my head, and then I kind of adapt them to the flavors that I like. I have a unique ability to be able to think about something and know what it tastes like. So when I'm creating a recipe in my head, I think about all the ingredients and then I combine them, and then I sort of taste them in my mind, and then I put them together, and sure enough, it's pretty, what I taste in my mind is what I'm tasting when I make the actual recipe. I might show you some of those in the future if you'd like. I don't really want to do just a cooking video. Like I say, this is my journey, and I'm now almost 3 months on the keto program. At 2 months I lost about 10 pounds, and my blood sugars were coming down due to the stress I've had in my life in the last couple of weeks. My sugars have gone back up, and I'm really struggling again to get my sugars down. I am not in ketosis. I'm really struggling with it because my sugars are too high. So I'm going to be exploring what I've heard is called mindful meditation. Has anybody heard of that? Anyways, it's new to me. I have a book called The Complete Guide to Intermittent Fasting by Fung. And I'm kind of looking at that. Fasting scares me, being a diabetic on insulin injections and other medications that I take. The idea of fasting and not eating scares me, because if I take my medicine, then my sugar can drop dangerously low and I could pass out, go into a coma, and die, kind of like my mom did. And I don't want to do that. So, but I would really like to get off of insulin. Currently, I'm taking about 450 units of insulin a day, which is a lot, you guys. It's a whole lot. Insulin makes us gain weight, and so it's a really hard battle for me to shed this weight and get out of the obesity genre. So, genre? That's not the right word. I don't know. Anyways, you know what I mean. I don't want to be obese. I would like to be able to walk. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you real quick is this week I'm starting with water therapy. My physical therapist is going to be putting me in a swimming pool twice a week to do some exercises, some walking, to help my legs get stronger, to help my breathing, my cardiovascular improve so that I can walk without getting out of breath. And it also, the water is supposed to, you know, lift fat floats. Anyway, it's supposed to help. I've done it before and it really helps. I'm able to walk in a pool without the agonizing pain that I have from my low back, and I don't get a short of breath. So I'll let you know how that's going. We're going to try and take a camera and film some of that to show you that I'm doing that. Instead of just saying that I'm doing that, I want to show you that I'm doing that. I'm considering chair yoga. I got a program called DDP, Dallas something Page Yoga, and it's supposed to really help. He had a lot of injuries, back injuries, whatnot, and he's helped a lot of people. I don't know if it'll help me, but I'm willing to try it. At this point, I need to do something to be able to move and stretch and get my body working again. So, that's where I'm at today, and we'll see you later. And remember, little frog, keep on kicking. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to join me along this journey, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I would love to have you on board. See you next time.